Hi guys, Mark here with Wolters World, and today what we're going to talk about is the complexity of products and the different kind of products that are out there that companies can make and sell. And what you have to realize when you're coming up with a product, you have to realize there is a core customer value that the product must satisfy. Because if you think about it, people buy coats. Why do they buy a coat? Because it's cold outside. So they buy a coat because it's cold. They want to be warm. That's one value. But also, people may buy coats because it looks cool. That's another value. And what we do is we come up with a product that answers those core values. So we will have the big puffy coats that keep people warm in the winter, but also we'll have cool coats to make people feel better about themselves. Because we answer, these core customer values. And when we develop our products, we really have to know what those core values are so we know what they need. Are they going for a quick bite? They just need, oh, I just need a quick bite. Oh, we can have a fun-sized Butterfinger. Or do they need something more substantial, like a meal? Okay, we need to know these things. So once we figure out the core customer value we're looking for, we need to start developing the product. And with that, we look at the brand name we're going to use. Is it going to work? Is it going to appeal to those kind of things? Is it going to let people know what we're doing, what we're all about? Also, the quality level. Are we going to have fancy dancy Christian Louboutin shoes here? Or are we going to have knockoff brands? What is it going to be? So we have to decide the quality level we're going to put in there. Also, the packaging we're going to use. I mean, if we're going to have it, it's just going to make somebody happy for a quick snack, then we make a fun size package. It was for people that are going to go on a road trip. Maybe we have the king size version that's this long, a Butterfinger. Those things will go into it when you're making your products. Also, you look at the design features. What are the things that are going to be important to people? If I have a guitar here, well, I know how to play guitar, these things. So for me, I can hold my fingers this way and do all kinds of stuff because I can do that. But if you're looking at small children, they can't hold the things down. So what do? They come up with little kid versions of these things, so they can sit there and play their guitars and do all kinds of stuff. Because a little kid, that kind of product feature a little kid can do. So we look at, hey, what's the core thing? We want them to have fun with music. Well, little kids they can't strum very well, but they can poke on things that will create music. So that'll be part of it. So we have the core customer value. We've actually made the product, all the things we're going to do for it. But also you have to look at the associated services that are involved with it. Are we going to have any warranties or any after-sales service? And a lot of times these associated services really will depend on the product you have. If I'm getting a soda, do I need any after-service stuff? No, probably not. But if I'm getting a guitar, well, maybe I will need it, in case it doesn't work. I want to make sure I'm going to spend a lot of money on a guitar. I want to make sure it's going to be okay. So maybe we do have a 2-year warranty. That's why when you have your laptops and your phones, they give you that guaranteed 1 year because they see, hey, with this kind of product, you're going to put that kind of money, we're needing to put a warranty out on it. Now, if we look at the types of products that are out there that we do create, because products themselves kind of fit into nice little niches out there. And some of the general niches they have for them I want to talk about. One is specialty products. These luxury goods that people search out for, that they're going to go to a specialty store to find these things. Like your designer clothes or your designer shoes, your Louboutins here. Yeah, they've been worn a little bit, but it's got the red soles and all these things. People will go out and look for them in these specialty shops. You want to, if you're looking for a special chocolate or a special wine, you do go to a specialty place for it because you know that, hey, they're going to be experts in that area and it's going to be extra special when it's there, hence the speciality part, okay? Other side, if you go the complete opposite, where I'm not going to be researching or doing anything or being really, like fancy dancy with the shoes, you're looking at convenience goods. These are things you don't even think about. You take no effort to evaluate it. When I go to the vending machine at work, do I really do a hard, in-depth research into what soda I want to buy? No, I just buy the one that's there. If it's Coke products, I'll buy a Sprite. If it's Pepsi products, I'll buy a Slice or Sierra Mist or whatever it's called. Okay, so convenience goods people don't really think too much about, okay? maybe toilet paper or bread or candy, things like that. I mean, think about it. They're convenience products, and you get them like at a convenience store. So that's an easy way to remember it. The next thing you look at is what's called a shopping product. These are ones that people do research for. They're doing research on, compare prices, compare benefits. You're looking at, when you look at buying laptops or you're looking at buying your phones, you're going to look up, okay, what would the iPhone do for me versus a Nokia versus an Android? What are the benefits, the pros, the cons, all these things? And you'll weigh it back and forth in order to determine what product's best for you. And then you have what are called unsought products. These are products that people didn't even realize they needed. I mean, when I went to college, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, nobody had mobile phones. There might be one person there who had a devious nature, okay? But no one really thought, why do I need a cell phone or mobile phone? And now if you forget your mobile phone at home, what do? You drive the 2 hours back to get it because, oh my God, if I don't have my phone, what will happen? And so those are the four kind of main products that are out there. And each one of those product types, you can have, you're going to develop the product specifically tailoring for those things. Because you'll have, specialty shoes out there that people are willing to spend the time to look for. But then there'll also be, normal everyday shoes that people don't think too much about, but they might research which one fits best on my foot, like a Nike. So we'll go into a shopping product. So you have these four things. You have the specialty you have the specialty products, like the luxury shoes, like Christian Louboutins. You have the convenience goods that you don't think much about, like your sodas and toilet paper. You have your shopping goods where you compare things with, like your mobile phones, and maybe your normal clothes you're kind of thinking. You want to make sure blue's your color or whatever. And then unsought products, the ones that you don't even realize you need. So the next thing we look at is our product mix, okay? This looks at the breadth of our product lines and the depth of our product lines. So the breadth of your product lines is basically how many different products do you sell. So if we look at our Gibson guitars, okay, well, I have Epiphone because I can't afford a real Gibson. But, Epiphones, at Gibson, they do make electric guitars, so they have those. And then they also have another product line because they have their acoustic guitars as well. And then they have, their little kid versions that they get to play like this. Hey, that's another product line. And then, if you remember a few years ago, you had your Guitar Hero, you had your Gibson Guitar Hero things you can play with. Dun, dun, dun. These kind of things. Also, what else do they have? Well, they have capos that clip onto your guitars. They have picks that you use. They have t-shirts. They have all kinds of things. So they're very wide product line breadth. Okay? Now, why do they do this? Why do they increase the product line breadth? Well, one thing, hey, I can make a lot more money if I have a lot of different products out there, so that helps me eliminate some of my risk. But, it basically captures new market, makes more money, fantastic, really helps us out. Now, on the other side, you might want to get rid of some of the product lines because you may see that, this unit, the Guitar Hero stuff, people aren't buying it anymore. Not really worth it to have the, game controller line, so we get rid of it because it's not making as much money as we wanted, or the product gets outdated, or that product line gets outdated. So we've got the breadth. Now what you look at is the depth. Well, this is basically looking at the number of categories you have within a product line. So I have my Walden Farms sauces. So they make sauces, okay? So that's their product, our sauces. They also make dips, they make food, they make all kinds of stuff. They have sauces. So they look at it and say, how many sauces we're going to have? So they increase their depth. Yes, they have their blue cheese, and they have their honey barbecue, and they have their ginger sesame, and their blueberry sauce. They have all those things out there, so they've increased their depth in the sauce line by adding more products. Now, why do companies increase their depth? Well, one of the reasons they increase their depth is because, hey, it boosts sales, okay? Because now if I have more things out there, there's more options. Because you know what? Maybe I get tired of the blue cheese, and so I'll go for the ginger sesame. Okay, these kind of things are going out there. Also, it can fight off competition. If Walden Farms is worried that Log Cabin's going to come out and make a 0-calorie, 0-sugar syrup, well, if we put out a berry syrup or something like that first, it may scare off the competition, or at least fight them off for a bit to help us out. Also, one thing that's great about having all these different products, it gives us more chance to make more money, okay? Now, the thing is, though, your product depth, you can't go infinitely more products. You'll see that sometimes you have to kind of pare them down, cut some of them out. And now, why do we do that? Well, one reason you may see that, the blueberry syrup, it's not really selling well. We get rid of it. That could be one way, eliminate those low profit products. Other thing you may see is we eliminate it because we don't really think it's where our company's going to go. We realign our goals. We're no longer going to focus on barbecue sauces or syrups. We're only going to focus on dressings for salads, salad dressings, and that will get you to cut down some of your line. So, I hope that helps you guys understand the complexity of products and some of the kind of products that are out there. We do have more information on different kinds of products in our branding video for types of brands, which goes more in depth in some of these things, so you should definitely check it out. I'm going to rock it out here for a while. So if you want to learn more without having to listen to me jam on the guitar, check out our website at www.woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook because, you know, we're increasing our product line breadth because we're not just here on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. We have t-shirts, we have all kinds of great stuff. Okay, so check you out there. Good luck with all your stuff, and I hope you learned a little bit. Bye.